Okay, so let's look at puzzle 3, which is the height. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to factor both of these equations. And for the first one, I see that there's a 7 that, and I see each number is divisible by 7. So let's factor out the 7. I'm going to set it to 0 because that's what I always do when I factor. And I'm going to factor out my 7. If I factor out my 7, I'm going to put it aside. And then I'm going to divide. So left over, I'm going to get x squared. 35 divided by 7 is 5, so it's negative 5x. And then 42 divided by 7 is 6. So I'm going to end up with positive 6 equals 0. Okay. Now here, I'm going to erase this so I have a little more space for a minute. Okay, so I now have to factor this basic trinomial. So I have to multiply to 6 and combine to negative 5. Okay, and if you have a positive c and negative middle term, then these are both going to be negative. So, and I could say 6 times 1, but that's not going to yield me negative 5. Excuse me. Pardon me. If they're both the same sign. So I'm going to try the 2 and 3. 2 times 3 is 6, and they're going to be negative. So when I combine negative 2 and negative 3, I end up with negative 5. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this 7, and then I have my template. So I have my two factors now. X minus 2 times x minus 3 equals 0. Now I'm going to set all of these equal to 0. Okay, 7 does not equal 0. So we can kind of forget about that. X minus 2 equals 0. Well, that's just the opposite. So x is 2. If I have x minus 3 equals 0, again, I'm going to add my 3 if you need to see that. So x is positive 3. Okay, so I have my solution set. So x equals 2, 3. Now the question is asking, add the solutions in each equation together. So if the solutions are 2 and 3, well, 2 plus 3 equals 5. Okay, so so this is feet, right? So that means that the height is going to be 5 feet. Okay, so that's kind of part 1 to the answer. Okay, so I'm going to erase all of this. You can always pause it. And I'm going to write the second equation here, which will give us the inches. Okay, so the height of x, a function of x, equals, 3x squared minus 33x plus 84. Okay, so I already see, I think I can probably get rid of the greatest common factor and make this a little easier on myself. So I'm going to go ahead and factor out the 3. Okay, whatever I factor out, don't forget to put it equal to 0. Whatever you factor out, put it aside and then divide. So I have this term divided by 3, and that's just going to give me x squared. Minus 33 divided by 3 is 11x. And then 84 divided by 3. I did this ahead of time, so I know that 84 is divisible by 3. You can always do that in a calculator if you need to. You can always use your resources, especially at home. But 84 divided by 3 is 28. Okay, so then I see this. I'm going to set it to 0 again. And I'm going to do the product sum game. So I'm looking for 2 numbers to get me to 28 when I multiply and combine to negative 11. I'm already thinking this is probably going to be the 7 and 4. So if I multiply both negative numbers, negative 7 times negative 4, and I add them, I'm going to get negative 11. Okay, so let's rewrite this in factored form. X minus 7 and x minus 4 equals 0. Okay, now let's find the solution. So 3, remember, so if you have factored something out, it's never the solution. Maybe you've started to realize that. I'm subtracting in both. So x minus 7 equals 0. Well, x equals 7. X minus 4 is 0. X is equal to 4. My solution set then is x is equal to 4, 7. Okay. Now, what the question was asking. So again, here is our solution set. The question originally was asking, when you add these roots together, the solution together, you're going to end up with the inches. So really all I have to do is 4 plus 7 equals 11. And that's the answer. So it's 11 inches. So if I put both of our problems together, in our first equation, we ended up with 5 feet. And we ended up with 11 inches. When you enter this into the Google form, you're going to enter it like this though. 5 feet and 11 inches. Okay? Good job.